So real, so very real, looks like a photograph. Again, just so much detail and so much time goes into these. Hey everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Jeff Tex Companies. This is another session of Scott Reacts, and I'm Scott, and I'm gonna be reacting. Today, Marcus pulled up a bunch of different quilts from the Mancuso Shows. Those are some smaller quilt shows around the United States, so let's check it out. Neighborhood Watch by Rhonda S. Denny, the best pictorial wall quilt. Wow, Marcus, you picked a good one there, because I think that's my dog Charlie. But look how awesome that quilt is. Wow, the detail. I'm always mesmerized. This reminds me of like when I go to Quilt Market in Houston and they have all these awards for these great quilts, and they're just so realistic, like photographs. The talent is amazing. I could only imagine how long it took Rhonda to make this, but she did a great job, and I could totally relate to the dog on Neighborhood Watch. My dog sits halfway in the house, halfway out of the house. He's watching everything, and he's making sure he's protecting us. So I get it. Nice job, Rhonda. Awesome quilt. Serenity. You remember that Seinfeld episode? Serenity Now.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
By Molly Y. Hamilton McNally. What is going on in there? Lots of little swans and little silhouettes. It looks very retro, but what I notice, which I don't know, maybe you notice, when I zoom in, you can look at that quilting. Wow, she really did an awesome job at quilting that. It's really almost like the quilting is part of the fabric. You know what I mean? It looks like it's made out of fabric. It is kind of made out of fabric, but you know what I mean. It's in there and it pops it up, and maybe you don't know what I mean. Anyway, Inherited Inspiration by Michelle Plowards. This is third place traditional quilt winner. Really just fun. Oh, again, look at the awesome quilting. I don't know, maybe these awards are, a lot of them are for the quilting that was done, but again, really neat quilting. This kind of reminds me of early on when we had the peppered cottons, we had a challenge, and a lot of people made sort of designs like this using the peppered cottons, and it probably would work for this quilt, and it was pretty awesome. So nice job, Inherited Inspiration by Michelle. The Boat Maker by Mary Ann Fontana, best wall quilt and judge's choice. Wow, really awesome. Again, this is like a photograph. Look at the details. Look at the quilting. Look at how the quilting on the wall, look at it on the floor with the stones. Look at the table. It looks like on the table cover, it looks like there's like pleats in it. It's just so cool. And look at that guy. He's just sitting there making his little boats, having a nice grand old day. Color Correction by Heather C. Ackenberg, best sewing machine workmanship. Again, this reminds me again of the peppered cotton contests, using solids. These, I guess, look like little fish to me, but again, the quilting is just so cool, and it looks like it took a lot of time. I don't know if this stuff is done by hand or machine that runs on its own, or run by your hands on the machine. So I don't know what it entails, but this is pretty miraculous and pretty spectacular. Red Bird by Karen K. Buckley and Judy Madsen. And I love this because I'm so into the black and white with just a pop of color. We actually were just in a design meeting the other day talking about how one of our black and white designs should just have a small pop of color. And again, the quilting, look at the outside of this quilt, the borders, it's so amazing. All that white, look at all the quilting, look at the corner, that top left corner, look at those flowers. Very nice, sometimes simple is good, black and white with a pop of red always works for me. Deep in the Weeds by Robin Gregg, best color. This is definitely cool, and again, nice quilting, really nice details, very symmetric, really awesome. I don't know, how the people come up with so many great designs, but this is really fabulous and well-deserved. Best color, there's a lot of different shades of colors in there, and these are lilies. Again, so real, so very real, looks like a photograph. This is by Karen H. Senk. This was a second place wall quilt. Again, just so much detail and so much time goes into these. Karen did a great job on showing off those pink flowers. And again, the detail, look at how she uses the quilting to make that water texture really look like it's flowing. I also love how on the tops of the flowers she has some white in there with the pink. Very careful with the details. So nice job on that, Karen. Tribute by another one by Karen. She got first place innovative winner, and I totally see that. This tree is fabulous. Look at that cool bird up there. And then I love the way she kind of used the tiles in the background, or the different tones of cream to make it look like buildings and stones. But what a great job. I don't know who the tribute is to, but it is definitely a nice tribute to someone. Persephone, Jen. by Deborah S. Hyde, Quiltfest, New England's best of show. So much going on here. Great. I love the girl, the details, how she's lying there. But then if you look at all the colors that are used and all the detail, it looks like this took a lot of time. I don't know if this is fabric or yarn or thread or what, but it is really unbelievable. And just such a great job on this one. I guess she definitely got her award. Quiltfest, New England's best of show. I'd love to see that in person. It's really great. And that's all she wrote. So that was Persephone Jen by Deborah S. Hyde. Hope you liked it, and I hope you liked this session of Scott Reacts. Have a great day. Peace.